All right. It's Jared here from Crypto Plan. How is everyone going? This is the fourth time I've tried to start this video. Fifth time I've tried to start this video. The four times before, I had to stop because this drop is so good. And then the fifth time there, my YouTube on my phone just started automatically and put me off guard. So anyway, there's the drop. Let's get it over and done with. Let's get it out of there. Anyway, like the video, subscribe the video. If you like my approach, if you like what I'm doing, if you like what I'm saying, and you've been watching and you haven't been subscribing, go on. Now's the time to tap that button, hit the thumbs up, notification bell. We are taking a little zoomed out approach today. All my videos have kind of been on the 4-hour and the daily chart. I want to have a look at the 2-weekly chart. I haven't looked at the 2-weekly chart for a while. It's a good opportunity to zoom out and kind of see how everything is primed for a big move in the altcoins, and why. I'm not going to say when, but I'm going to say why and how. So firstly, we're over here on the total 2. The total 2, I mentioned in a video previously, the spread between total 2 and total 1, as it gets bigger, that's obviously an indicator that we're getting a bit more altish than we are Bitcoin, right? So this is Bitcoin and everything. This is everything without Bitcoin. So it's saying that there is more percentage growth in all the altcoins than there is in Bitcoin, which is a good thing. And that is because Ethereum has had a 5% day. So Ethereum is basically, well, as far as candle closes go, if and when it closes the fortnight, where it is now, it'll be the highest candle body close. But yeah, we could see that thing pushing up above this all-time high there of 2050 and then kind of making a big move. So I'm just going to kind of look today at a few of the altcoins that have seen previous altcoin seasons that I have owned or do own. So not all of them I've owned, but I've been watching for quite a while. So and these charts, so it's a 2-week chart. We have a yearly, which is the yellow, and a 3-yearly, which is the red. Moving averages, simple moving averages. We've got volume down the bottom with what is that volume? Let's have a look at the setting there. So that is a 20 period average. So this kind of lets us know when we're getting spikes in volume. You know, you can see there that December, January, and then even February was quite high volume, but March has been quite low volume. And that would be true, you know, besides some kind of smaller, newer projects. Altcoins in general have been quite flat for the last month. And hence the low volume. So, and the other thing we've got on here is the Ichimoku Cloud, which is kind of something I don't fully understand, but I do know that it kind of sometimes price action follows the cloud and sometimes it provides resistance. So we'll just have a look at that. And I'm going to leave it there just to kind of see where it's at, because I know that this is the way I learned chart analysis, was just watching other people with indicators on them and seeing what they did. So sometimes you can just make up your own theories around these, but yeah, generally it's kind of the red clouds are resistance that needs to be broken through. So that's large bearish periods over here that it's saying you've got all this resistance to break through, and once you break through there, so on Ethereum here you can see that it kind of broke heavily into the cloud and then kind of had a bit of a struggle all the way through there. But once the cloud had passed and it broke out, that was our big fortnightly candle, right? So that's the kind of idea behind this cloud. And then also the same thing that we're looking for is these bullish crosses of the 1-year and the 3-year moving average. So when that 1-year moving average is moving up, it crosses the 3-year, and then the 3 years moving up. And when they're both moving together, you are in growth, you're in like parabolic, you know, that's the sign when a lot of things are going to happen. So if you were to look at any charts, not just in crypto, and say, I'll make an entry when I get a confirmation of price action on, around, or after the bullish cross in the 1-year and the 3-year moving average, it's probably a good time to enter. But yeah, you can look at that for yourself if you've got TradingView. So Ethereum, we all know what's happened. It's pushing all-time highs, and when it does, it's going to fly out of there. It's probably going to drag a lot of these altcoins with it. So we're just going to have a look at a few of them. So Dash, you can see here, it's stuck in the red cloud. Dash is stuck in the red cloud. So the next fortnightly candle, if it pops out of there, you're going to see a big price move, right? Also, you've got this 1 year moving average, which it's kind of been bouncing off well above it. But once this bullish cross occurs, which is probably going to be in the next fortnight or two, yellow crosses the red line, bang, that's when you're going to see big price action in this coin. You know, that's when you're going to start seeing testing that 800 level, I'd say, once these two things cross. And, but we're probably going to be in the depth, in the start of alt season by then anyway. XRP, geez, this thing is so close to popping off. It's out of the cloud. It's been struggling through there. You've had, you can see the big SEC event there. It was going nicely above its 1 year moving average on this fortnightly chart, popped out above it, was always going to find some resistance while it was in the cloud. Probably should have just found support on its 3 yearly moving average and kind of bounced along and then kind of grinded out of there. But anyway, it dipped well below. Another buying opportunity. That's great. But what we're seeing now is we're out of the cloud, about to do that bullish cross in XRP on this 2 weekly chart. So you could see some big candles very soon, as in the next fortnight or in this fortnight, which has 11 days to go in XRP. So once again, another alternative method of looking at these charts on a little bit more zoomed out to see, ignore that daily price action and just go, yep, it's a good time to be getting into something like this, or good time to be pushing profits down into these coins that have been quite flat for a while. So Stellar, you can see this one was ranging between its 1 year and 3 year, pops out above the 3 year, kind of flounders around, big candle pushes out of there. Once it got out of the cloud, it's probably never going to pull back into it, right? So pulls out of the cloud, fires on up again, and then we've kind of had this kind of retracement period. During that time, we've had the bullish cross. It probably had its price action a little earlier. So in this particular scenario, that bullish cross wasn't necessarily the indicator, but it's saying that we're far away from our 1 year moving average. We're far away from our 3 year moving average, which is kind of flattening out. Once this thing kicks into alt season, you're going to see both of them fire up and move to the upside together in an upward trend. EOS a little bit further behind, and you can see why. It's got a lot of overhead resistance there. That bear market basically is saying there's a big red cloud of resistance, a lot of price action above here that it needs to kind of clear. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, so about a month, and this thing will be catching up. Peercoin gave us a massive wick today, but you can see in general Peercoin has been very volatile. There's a lot more wicks here, so all the way it's kind of letting us know where it wants to be, but the fortnightly candles are just closing in a tight range, right? So wick, then a kind of little bit of volume. So a lot of work to go for Peercoin to get out of the cloud, but it's letting us know that it's bullish and it wants to go. So I wouldn't be surprised that by the end of the 11 days, this thing is pushed all the way up. So good time to be buying particular projects like this, because it says to you, okay, it's at 60 cents now. It wants to be at 83 cents. That's like a 40% move alone that you could kind of be looking at within a fortnight. So for a short-term trade, there's opportunity there, and then also the fact that there's a lot of upside to its all-time high in Peercoin. VeChain doesn't really have all-time history, but you can see it's following its 1 year moving average nicely. ZRX just has enough data there. It had seen an alt season before. bullish cross has happened. It's out of the cloud and it's pushing all-time highs. So you can kind of see as well, like when these big candles fly out of that cloud, then they come back to kind of test it again, you know. So it's kind of it's a good little indicator of price action and volume defined resistance, you know. So there's other indicators you can put in there that are the volume defined resistance, and I'll put them in other videos. But you can see it struggled all the way through this cloud, like got up in there and followed that outer edge of it, went sideways, you know, used the yearly moving average as support and the 3-year moving average as resistance, breaks out of both of them, gives us a couple of good candles, the bullish cross occurs, so it's set up, it's primed, it's ready to fire off to the upside and give us basically price discovery in ZRX. So once again, you know, for a trade, ZRX is, you know, looking like it's in a good position to be moving fairly rapidly, you know, once it kind of clears this last bit of price resistance, which is really nothing when you think about, you know, let's say in a fortnight or in that 11 days, you could nearly guarantee that it's going to be above its all-time highs from the last bull run and then pushing onwards. So definitely one of the leaders. It got out of that resistance quite quickly and quite easily. I'm just finally going to follow up because there was some request about Hathor, and I know that the Hathor videos don't get as many likes and views on their own, so I'll just kind of end this having a look at Hathor on the daily. Maybe I'll go on the 3 daily just to kind of get a more zoomed out picture. We don't have enough data, obviously, to put it on that 2 weekly chart, but you can just see that it's definitely bullish. It's above its yearly moving average. Volume's been pretty steady in waves, and we're kind of pushing again our 2 weekly volume right now, which is our three-day volume. So we've got 2 hours to go on that 3-day. So this is looking good. You know, I think if having that step up here, we start to push in the next couple of hours to get a bit more volume, and then the next candle is above that again. That's the kind of thing we're looking for, you know, like over here, step, bigger step, and massive step, right? So that's the kind of move we're looking for. That's kind of volume and then price action to follow we're looking for. So Hathor, mainly this 165 level is the key level for me to get above or close above that. If we could close above that on this particular 3-day candle, which is in a couple of hours, super duper bullish. But I guess when it does close above 165 on a daily and then maybe a 3 daily and then definitely on a weekly, it's definitely going to step its way out of there and do another decent move. I think, you know, up towards probably $4 or something like that. That's kind of about it. I just wanted to kind of, you know, go back and just point those indicators out. You know, Bitcoin's pushing all-time highs, Ethereum's pushing all-time highs. So the big boys are there. They're ready to lead the way, open the floodgates. And then some of these bigger boys from the last bull run or the last alt season are there also ready to kind of lead the way and open the floodgates to give us all that kind of crazy mayhem, which is the parabolic top of the altcoin season. So go Ethereum, go Bitcoin, go XRP, go Dash, go Stellar. I'd love to see them all make moves and then lead the way. So let's close our eyes and hope that all happens, and you know, then all of our bags of one and all of our bags of cake and reef and all those ones that have been accumulating heavily over March in the kind of more bearish month of March are going to fire up and give us those massive percentages, right? So that's what we're looking for, those massive 10 baggers, 20 baggers, 30 baggers, 50 baggers, right? Wouldn't that be lovely? All right, I've been Jared. This has been Crypto Plan. Please subscribe, please like, and click that notification bell. And, whoa, Jesus, that drop was so good, wasn't it? Bye now.